For this church leader tool, I want to talk on the topic of leaders are learners. It's a very important thing because if we expect our organizations and the people we lead to grow and learn and progress, then we need to be doing that ourselves. It's kind of like that old quote by Albert Einstein, that the place we're in, the problems we currently have, can't be solved with the current level of learning or consciousness that we're at. We need to move to a new level in order to take our organizations to the next level. I'm kind of bothered when I hear about the 3 great listenings. And these 3 listenings are good, that we should listen to God, we should listen to our congregation or our organization, and we should listen to the community. But I often find that the 4th listening that isn't listed is we should be listening to those that we can learn from. There's lots of folks who have information that we need in order to get to that next level. So let me talk about some great ways to learn. Certainly not an exhaustive list, but some things to think on. Of course, classically is continuing education. There are some excellent conferences out there where we can go and learn and be inspired. We may not agree with everything that we see or hear from others, but there'll be something that we can learn and grow from. In the Going Deeper section, I've listed some major continuing education events that might be really helpful. Now, another place to learn from is colleagues. Invite somebody out to coffee or lunch and just spend some time, get some great ideas from them. I know personally in my life, next month I have scheduled a lunch appointment with a leader who is way far down the road. It's actually a mega church in my community, and I'm so excited to go and listen and get some great ideas from a leader who's grown his organization significantly. So spend some time with colleagues. Also, there are some excellent coaches and coaching networks out there. I have been a benefit of some really excellent coaches through the years. I've also been a part of a number of coaching networks where I received informational videos and documents and resources. The list that's currently on the screen, Rocket Company and Church Leader Insights and Church Ninja and Next Level Coaching. I've used all 4 of those myself and really been blessed by them. I'd recommend each of those. And the Unstuck group, I regularly get an email from them and I've been blessed by them. So there's some coaches out there. Maybe that would help you take things to the next level. Of course, a classic answer there are some excellent books out there. And in terms of books, I heard somebody say, and this just totally hit me in the way that I needed to hear it. They said, if you could spend a day with one of your favorite leaders, just somebody who you think has a lot to learn from, and you could really be blessed by them, how much would you pay for that? How much would you pay to hang out with a truly excellent leader, or maybe even a leader who's passed away, so it's impossible to spend time with them? Well, this person said, if you buy a book either about them or by them, you are getting their best wisdom, their best learning for, $10-15. Wouldn't that be worth it? And it really makes sense. You could hang out with Abraham Lincoln. You could hang out with Churchill. You could hang out with Andy Stanley or Bill Hybels or anybody that you think you can learn a lot from just by buying a book about them or by them. So there are some excellent books. In the Going Deeper section, I've listed a website that has a number of best-selling, great church leadership books. And then there's still the classic magazines. Now, magazines are not as popular as they once were, but there are still some excellent magazines out there. And in fact, many of them are issued as free magazines because of the digital world. I get an excellent one through the Unseminary website, and they periodically send out a really well-produced free PDF magazine. So there are some great resources out there, as well as the old print magazines. And then last, speaking of online, there are a lot of wonderful online videos and podcasts. A lot of those organizations that specialize in coaching, they're producing videos. You can go on YouTube and just get a lot of free, great content. And if you haven't come across the idea of podcasts, that's another excellent place to get a lot of free learning. A podcast is basically, think about a radio show, but somebody records it with their computer and posts it online for free. I've got a couple of podcasts I listen to regularly. I've listed some great podcasts again in the Going Deeper section, and I'd recommend you take a look at them. But interviews and teaching that are just excellent, and I get them on my smartphone, so I can be driving somewhere. Or I wanted to mention and close up with one thought. I didn't think this was so extraordinary, but I mentioned it to one of my leadership coaches, and she said, you got to share that. That's an important thing. I listen to a lot of podcasts and a lot of online teaching at the gym. I knew for many years that I should be getting into the gym and getting healthy. And we actually did a worship series in my church about getting healthy. And that was where I really made a commitment to getting in the gym every morning. And what I do is I'm at the gym, but I'm also listening to stuff on my smartphone at the same time. And what that allows me to do is be healthy, keep my body working well as learning and growing. And that's just something that's been a great thing in my life. And I don't even feel guilty instead of being in the office and being in the gym, because I'm learning and growing as a leader. I hope that's a blessing to you. And I hope that you start thinking about how you can be a growing, learning leader and a much better leader in that way. And as always, if this has been a blessing to you, then please share this video with somebody and help them be a leader who is learning.